What if the richest, most powerful man in the Middle East doesn't flaunt his wealth, but runs the world from behind the scenes? What if his net worth is over $30 billion, but that's just a small glimpse of what he controls? And what if I told you? This man isn't just a ruler. He's shaping the future of cities, energy, warfare, and even space. Meet Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, or MBZ, President of the UAE and ruler of Abu Dhabi. His influence stretches far beyond royal palaces. He commands sovereign wealth funds worth over $1 trillion, oversees futuristic projects like Masdar City, and strikes global deals that impact economies across Europe, Asia, and Africa. His private jets come with onboard spas. His yacht, Azam, is longer than a football field and costs over $600 million. His car collection? Over 700 rare and custom-engineered beasts, each telling a story of power and purpose. MBZ doesn't crave the spotlight. While others chase headlines, he builds empires. So, who is the man behind the trillion-dollar curtain? Stay with us. What we reveal next will change the way you view modern royalty. Rise to power. The year is 1961, and a young prince is born in Al Ain, back when the UAE was barely on the map. That boy, Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, would grow up in a time when camels outnumbered Lamborghinis. His father, Sheikh Zayed, was the visionary founder of the UAE. Yet MBZ didn't inherit power, he earned it. At age 18, he traveled to the legendary Sandhurst Military Academy in the UK. There, amid drills and discipline, he discovered his calling: leadership under pressure. He returned home fluent in English and Arabic and fluent in strategy. By the late 1990s, MBZ began shaping Abu Dhabi's military and intelligence apparatus. His sharp, methodical style, never loud, consistently effective, earned respect. When his brother, Sheikh Khalifa, ascended to the presidency, MBZ quietly became the power behind the scenes. Then, in 2022, Sheikh Zayed's son took the reins. Overnight, MBZ became the president and ruler of the UAE and Abu Dhabi. But he didn't just sit on inherited gold. He built on his father's legacy, turning Abu Dhabi from a regional player into a global powerhouse. Global influence. What happens when one man turns a desert state into a diplomatic powerhouse? You get Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, MBZ, one of the most quietly influential leaders on earth. As president of the UAE and ruler of Abu Dhabi, MBZ doesn't just run a country. He commands a strategy that spans continents. MBZ has transformed the UAE's role on the world stage from a wealthy Gulf state into a global influencer. He isn't just seen at summits, he shapes them. Whether it's mediating historic peace deals like the Abraham Accords or leading counter-terrorism coalitions across the Middle East and Africa, MBZ operates with calm precision and strategic clarity. His alliances stretch from Washington to Riyadh, from Beijing to Tel Aviv, making him a critical player in both East and West power circles. He's also the architect of a modernized military, innovative, agile, and tech-driven. Under his leadership, the UAE emerged as one of the most advanced armed forces in the region, capable of both peacekeeping and precision combat. However, MBZ's influence extends beyond the military. It's humanitarian and economic. He's championed aid missions across Africa, rebuilt war-torn hospitals, and spearheaded billion-dollar energy partnerships in Europe and Asia. And through sovereign wealth funds like ADIA and Mubadala, MBZ quietly holds influence in boardrooms from London to Los Angeles. At his core, MBZ isn't chasing headlines. He's engineering outcomes. From regional stability to global diplomacy, he plays the long game. Calm, calculated, and always a step ahead, MBZ is redefining what modern leadership looks like. Not with loud speeches, but with subtle yet powerful moves that shape the world's future. Private jet fleet. What if your office had wings and cruised at 40,000 feet? For Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, MBZ, it's not a fantasy, it's daily life. His private jet fleet isn't just for travel. It's a flying command center, a palace in the sky, and a symbol of precision power. Leading his fleet is a custom Boeing 747 and a sleek Boeing 787, both transformed into airborne sanctuaries. Inside, think royal suites with silk-lined bedding, private prayer rooms, plush conference lounges, and fully encrypted communication systems for secure global diplomacy. Each jet is more luxurious than a hotel, But the opulence doesn't stop there. MBZ also has access to the UAE's presidential flight, a fleet of 8 state-of-the-art aircraft, including 3 Boeing 787-9s and an Airbus A320, all fine-tuned for world-class comfort and uninterrupted leadership. Whether it's a summit in London or a surprise visit to an ally in Asia, MBZ commands from the clouds. Jet lag doesn't exist in this world. Every takeoff is strategic, every landing purposeful. When you rule with foresight and fly with finesse, the sky isn't the limit. It's just another boardroom. Super yachts. Imagine commanding the sea aboard a vessel longer than a football field. Welcome to the world of Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan's super yachts. First up is the legendary Azam. At over 590 feet, it holds the title of the longest motor yacht on Earth. Built by the iconic German shipyard Lürssen, this floating fortress slices through waves at an astonishing 30 knots, unheard of for its size. But Azam isn't just about power, it's a sanctuary of elegance, with interiors rumored to rival royal palaces and security systems fit for a head of state. Then comes Rabdan, a modern marvel from Silver Yachts. Sleek, futuristic, and tailored for speed and discretion, Rabdan is the definition of understated luxury. On board, sun-soaked decks, an indulgent spa, private guest suites, and a crew trained to perfection in silence and service. These aren't yachts, they're sovereign territories. Whether hosting confidential state meetings or gliding silently across the Mediterranean, MBZ's vessels offer the ultimate in mobility and majesty. No paparazzi, no noise, just power, privacy, and pristine blue horizons. On these decks, the sea answers to royalty. Car collection. Over 700 vehicles, each one more than just a machine. This car collection is a living museum of luxury, power, and prestige. From the golden dunes of the desert to the red carpets of exclusive global events, these cars are carefully selected for purpose and presence. He cruises through rugged terrain in armored Range Rovers and Land Cruisers, personally overseeing oil fields. But when it's time to turn heads, he arrives in a Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren, sleek, silver, and roaring with heritage. His collection boasts icons like the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing, a timeless masterpiece with upward swinging doors. There's the Ferrari Enzo, designed for speed and legacy, the Bugatti Veyron, built for raw power, and the McLaren P1, an electric-charged future classic. Even rarities like the Lamborghini Veneno Roadster, a hypercar with razor-sharp lines, find a home here. And in quiet bays, Cadillac Fleetwoods sit in restoration, preserving echoes of a global era. This isn't just a garage, it's the autobiography of a man who drives history forward, one legendary car at a time. Business empire. What if you could influence the global economy without ever saying a word? That's the quiet power of Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, better known as MBZ. While other billionaires flash yachts and social media clout, MBZ wields his empire through trillion-dollar investment arms, and he does it with surgical precision. At the heart of his financial reach is ADIA, the Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, one of the world's most significant sovereign wealth funds. But that's just the beginning. Enter Mubadala, a government-owned investment powerhouse that touches everything from aerospace and biotech to artificial intelligence and Hollywood films. Combined, these two financial giants manage assets worth over $1 trillion. Yes, with a T. MBZ's empire isn't just massive, it's everywhere. Skyscrapers in Manhattan? Check. Solar farms in Africa? Done. Semiconductor factories in the US, luxury resorts in Europe, and cutting-edge electric vehicle startups? Already funded. And then there's ADNOC, Abu Dhabi's oil and gas titan. As its overseer, MBZ is modernizing the UAE's energy strategy, pushing for gas expansion, downstream manufacturing, and sustainability. Under his leadership, ADNOC isn't just an oil company. It's an innovation hub driving the future of energy. But MBZ's vision goes beyond black gold. He's redefining how a nation builds lasting wealth, not through hype, but through diversification, infrastructure, and global partnerships. Telecom, sports, transport, healthcare, you name it, he owns a stake in it. This isn't just business, it's a strategy. It's national growth disguised as corporate mergers and acquisitions. MBZ isn't playing the billionaire game, he's setting the rules. And while the world watches louder men chase headlines, He's quietly constructing one of the most potent economic empires on Earth, one discrete investment at a time. From Al Ain's dusty plains to commanding jets, yachts, and a trillion-dollar empire, Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan lives life on a level few can imagine. He's not just a prince, he's a strategist, a king behind a king, and a man steering nations into the future. Curious to see what happens next in MBZ's rise? Hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. Because the next chapter of his trillion-dollar vision is already unfolding, and we'll be covering it all.